Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope that you're all having an amazing Christmas Eve. Wanted to quickly recap the day. NASDAQ market closed 0.29% in the green right before it got rejected and sold off 0.12%. Pretty flat day from where we opened up at to where we closed at. It was in the green. It did show strong progress onto the upside, but then quickly gave it back shortly after the market closed. I do want to remind you that tomorrow, in observance to Christmas, the stock market is fully closed, and then on Friday we will resume back to the market opening, and we'll also be live for our LPP live trading session. Friendly reminder, if you want to watch me trade live as soon as Friday once the market opens, the second link in the description down below. We have a little Christmas sale going on, so again, feel free to check it out. That being said, the thing that I quickly want to talk about is there is a handful of news that I wanted to share with you very quickly. So it says, breaking, President Trump says that anyone who disagrees with him will never be Fed chairman. He also says that he wants the new Fed chair to lower rates if the market is doing well. Again, you guys let me know down in the comment section what you think. I think it's never been this divisive in the sense of like, I just wish Trump would just shut up and run the country sometimes, because he is so outspoken that it can't come to a surprise on why so many people don't like him because of how much he talks, yet again, the actions are not following through, at least not lately, right, as much as possible. The thing that I also found to be pretty interesting is all the hype that's going on with gold. Right now, again, I wanted to show the comparison. Gold has crushed the U.S. stock market over the last 25 years with, again, an amazing performance for gold, S&P and S&P 500, right? In comparison, yes, gold has had a phenomenal 2025, but the thing that I want to remind you is that, well, why is gold going up so much? I don't think enough people are talking about that. I can dive into a whole nother video on just that topic alone, because it is not normally a good sign for our economy, and normally moving, a little bit later, for the stock market when gold prices are rising. And yet the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ market are still currently trading nearly at all-time highs. So if you haven't looked into it already, I can make a video, but I would also encourage you to do your own due diligence and to look into when, in most cases, gold begins to rocket, and that's normally when uncertainty is bound to present itself. Something to take into consideration. So it says Bitcoin is down 12% this year. Gold is up 71%. Again, Peter Schiff doing victory laps for 2025. In my opinion, I want to remind you that if overall markets are still top performing right now, but Bitcoin is down, imagine how bad if markets do turn down next year. Imagine how bad it can get for Bitcoin. This is how Bitcoin is trading during a bull market. Now imagine how much it's going to crash during a bear market. We all know, look at the previous cycles. It's not an opinion, it's a fact. Bitcoin crashes when overall markets drop. It can call itself, a digital gold. It's not. It doesn't trade like gold. It doesn't move like gold. It's not gold in any shape, any shape or form. That being said, it always crashes 70 to 80% when markets begin to retrace. So that is what I'm most excited for, is that if markets do begin to pull on back, I'd love to pick up some good deals on Amazon, on Nvidia, on Apple. But most importantly, I would also love to short Bitcoin-based ETFs or Bitcoin-based companies and treasuries, because we all know that those are the ones that are bound to crash the hardest. So it says STRC trading volume is literally dead, non-existent. Wasn't STRC supposed to be Strategy's iPhone moment, according to Saylor? MSTR is all they can sell, and now its EV and MNAV is approaching sub 1. We will see Bitcoin selling soon, TikTok. So again, he's highlighting how Strategy has continued to shed light on, again, during an uncertain time in any history of a well-ran business or well-ran company, normally when the stock price is cheap, what does the company itself do? PayPal is a good example. PayPal has recently sold off. The company itself is buying up its own shares. It's buying its own shares. It's not selling, but what is Strategy doing? MicroStrategy is selling equity while the stock is weak to build a cash buffer. This is not a sign of strength. This is a sign of stress. Until now, The model was simple. Sell equity near the highs and buy BTC. Wait for the rally, refinance, and when the stock is strong, refinance. It's trivial. When the stock is weak, refinance becomes dangerous. A stock that truly believes an imminent bull market for its main asset does not depress prices. It only does this when the priority shifts from growth to survival, which I think is super well said. And the fact that MSTR is doing it now for the real risk of being removed from the MSCI indices and losing billions in passive inflows, making the message clear. They are buying time, which again, it's super common sense. You can choose to disagree with it, but you all know it's true. During an uncertain time for a publicly traded company, if the stock is trading at a cheap price, the company itself will double down and buy its own shares. But strategy is doing the opposite. It's diluting investors, it's selling more shares, and it's trying to build up its cash reserves. It is simply trying to survive. It's not putting itself in a better position so it can buy more Bitcoin, when again, its whole edge is, oh, fiat money is worthless, we're here to buy Bitcoin. If it's so worthless, why are you sitting on over $1 billion worth of cash if it's nothing, if it means nothing to you? Very simple, because they know that if the stock continues to downturn as Bitcoin continues to crash, that means that they will still have to pay their obligations. And that is their interest with their STRC, where they offer up to 10% interest. And again, they need to make sure that they can pay those obligations, or they can get into really deep trouble where they might have to sell their Bitcoin. And that's what I'm most excited for, is that, again, during the most uncertain time, it is choosing to even leverage, dilute its investors even more, which I think is the biggest red flag, which is one of my, favorite things to do right now. It's just look at MSTR. Right when you think that it's cheap, it always just continues to get cheaper. So again, if you guys haven't checked it out, feel free to do your own due diligence. But again, MSTR is definitely one of those top stocks that if markets do begin to sell off and Bitcoin breaks below $80,000 per coin, I think MSTR can go sub $100, sub $50 per share, because again, it has absolutely nothing going for it. It's a company that loses hundreds of millions of dollars every single year. And we all know that when you have no business model and when your business is resorting to buying Bitcoin just because of the hype and the gimmick, we all know that fundamentals eventually do matter. And that's what I'm most excited for. For MSTR to now have to report their unrealized losses on their crypto holdings, which should only provide more uncertainty for future investors. So again, you guys let me know down in the comment section what you think, but it's definitely one of the top stocks that I'm choosing to watch to short more in 2026, as long as price action supports it. So again, I hope to see you for our live trading session on Friday. If you want to tune on in, second link in the description down below. And as you can see from this video, we don't overhype things. So if you are looking for a group that will hype up stocks and tell you that things are going to the moon, then let me make it very clear for you. Our group is probably not going to be it. But if you're looking for someone to be real with you, that talks about risk management, that prepares for risk management, then that is exactly what our group consists of. We don't just talk about the upside, we prepare for the downside, and it's better to be prepared than it is to be surprised, as many bag holders know. So again, if you ever have any questions, feel free to comment down below. If you're ready to join, second link in the description down below. We have a big discount there for you. Hope and wish your family an amazing Christmas. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.